Hey everyone, I'm Kate Kennedy and I'm here for day 7 of 100 days of Kane, PA. And what would Kane be without our high school sports? So we thought today would be a great day to talk with Ange Costanzo about some of his sports memories and sports stories. You guys all know Ange as the son of Michelle and Ange. And he was a great athlete. He graduated in 2018 and he has some stories to share today. So I'm gonna go ahead and you around. We're here at the high school and thought that would be an appropriate background for some sports stories. Hey Ange.
Hi.
Thanks so much for doing this with us today.
Yeah, no problem.
So you graduated in 2018.
Yep.
And you were an athlete. What were the sports that you played?
So I played football, basketball, and baseball.
Okay. And what are some of the stories and memories you have about your sports days here at Kane High School?
One of my biggest memories playing sports was actually playing football. The first time me and my friends were able to walk through the tunnel as players and not just spectators. It's a whole different experience when you're sitting in the stands and you're watching these guys walk through the tunnel and everybody's getting excited for the game, and you see these guys and you're like, wow, I really want to be like these guys one day, and then a couple years go by and then you're actually walking out there, you see all the people that come out to the game and they're actually cheering for you and you get so excited. It's a feeling that it's hard to replicate, and it's a feeling that it's so special to me and I never forgot it.
So who did you play the first game that you got to walk through that tunnel?
We played Smethport. It was my freshman year. We won that game, which was very exciting, and it was just the atmosphere going into the game was you can't predict it. Like, you can't imagine what it's going to feel like until you actually get out there, and it's just extremely special.
So what position did you play?
So I played running back and wide receiver on offense, and I played safety on defense.
Awesome. And I'm sure that the friendships that you formed on the sports team are probably really special to you even today.
Oh yeah, my friends pretty much came through sports. We were 9 years old, we go out and even before that, at recess and stuff, just getting out and playing games and playing sports. And then as it got organized, the bond came even stronger as we grew up. And then our senior year came all of a sudden, and we just thought, where'd the time go, and we still stay in touch, all of us today. And it's just bonds that can't be broken through sports.
What was it like to play your last football game as a senior?
It was a bit of an emotional roller coaster. It was hard to describe. I mean, it was very hard at first to know, this is it, this is the last time I get to play with my friends, but it's also kind of bittersweet because, you look back at all the good memories you have, and, you don't want to change anything that happened, but you wish you could get out there one more time.
Do you have a particular play of the game, of any of the games that you played during your career that really is memorable to you?
Oh man. Well, our first district championship we won my sophomore year was extremely special because, you work so hard. You work so hard throughout the season to get where you're at, and we get to the game, we're playing in DuBois and we're playing Brockway, and we're playing pretty well, and it's a very close game, and we're playing, and just at the end of half, it was a very close game. I can't remember exactly what the score was, but our quarterback, Shane Rollick, he scored a touchdown right at the end of half, and that kind of gave us momentum and propelled us to win that game. And it was just very special to get that first one and, have that feeling of being a champion.
That's awesome. Who was the coach?
Todd Silfies was our head coach, and there was a whole bunch of coaches on staff. Our offensive coordinator, Tyler Smith, he's a great offensive mind, and Coach Sirianni, too many to name, but yeah, there was a bunch of coaches that really helped us out to get to where we were at.
That's awesome. And you also played basketball and baseball.
Yes.
Do you have any stories to tell about either of those sporting days?
Well, in basketball, basketball was really fun because it's one of those sports where, there's only a few guys on the team. It's not as many people, so you get really close with the guys you're with. And just practices in basketball, we always had a good time. We'd always, you'd work hard, but you'd have fun at the same time. You get to bond with, a small group of guys, which is really nice. And baseball was, I really enjoyed playing baseball, and my senior year, we had struggled in the past. We had never been able to get over a 2-win hump, and this is my senior year, and we're playing, and we're playing. I can't remember who we were playing. ECC, playing ECC, and we're trying to get our third win. Try to get over that hump, and we ended up winning 2-1 that day. And just to get over that three wins isn't a lot, but it was just a big milestone to get over that hump and kind of, I guess break a curse that was there and get that win. So it was really nice.
Yeah, it's a mental block that you had to overcome.
Oh yeah.
And so, do you still do the traditional thing when you come back from an away game?
Oh yeah, all the time. We always sing the alma mater. It's always when you're a freshman, it's always fun to kind of you listen to the people sing it, and you're trying to learn it, and you're trying to pick it up as you go along, and then eventually once you figure it out, it's like second nature. So as soon as you get to that particular point on the bus ride, it's time to sing the alma mater. Win or lose, rough game, or you win big, you're always singing that alma mater on your way back.
Yeah. And so how have you experienced the town of Kane as, especially when you win a championship, how do they receive you guys? What happens when you get home from a championship? Is there anything special that goes on?
Oh, it's nothing that I've ever seen before. It's crazy. You win a championship, and it's late at night, and you get a bunch of people coming up town. You get the fire engines going, and you're driving through town, and you see all these people that you don't even know that are out there, and they're just supporting your team. And it's very special to have that support behind you in such a small town. It's really embedded in the DNA of the town that sports is just the thing. It's even if you don't have a child playing, or your child has already gone up through, or you're a kid, you just want to watch those sports and get out there and support your team, because it's a very big thing in our town.
That's what I think is so amazing, is that you win a championship and you come home and the fire trucks are out.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen fireworks sometimes going off, and the sirens are going off, and that's not something that happens in every town. So that is a really special way to be received as a student athlete.
Absolutely. It's nothing, you can't replicate it. It's something extremely special, and I think it's very unique to our town, and something that you don't really get to experience all the time. So when you do, it's very special.
Well, that's awesome. Do you have any other stories that you'd like to share?
Story-wise, a lot of it's just, coming up, young kids, and getting to meet all these great people as you come up through sports, and getting to make friends and bonds that last a lifetime. It's extremely special, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
When you were a kid, who were some of the high school athletes you looked up to?
Oh, wow. Well, when I was coming up, we had some pretty good football teams. My Uncle Jim, he graduated. His team won the first AML championship in our school history, and his team was crazy good. They had Corey Smith and Derek Smith and a whole bunch of guys that I really looked up to. Kenny Kane, DJ Horton, a whole bunch of guys that growing up, you're like, holy cow, I really want to be those guys. And then like in 8th grade, it hits, and we have a very good team again, and it just keeps going on and on. So there was every single guy that walked onto the field, I was like, wow, I'd really want to be like them. So it's very special that I got to go through that with them, and now it's kind of like a bond that we have, being able to go up through and play on the same field that they did. It's extremely special.
And you are now that person to the younger kids in school, people looking up to you as an athlete that they want to be like. So it's pretty cool to see that carry on.
Oh yeah, it's hard. It's hard to believe. You don't really think about it, but being in their shoes, that they're looking up to you, and you want to be a role model in a sense to these kids coming up. You want to be the best that you can be and show them the way to play the game, but also be a good person off the field. So that's kind of what you look for going through, and then now transitioning into a new role as you're out of the playing sports.
Well, you absolutely are a great role model, and we're so thrilled that you're a Kane High graduate, a student athlete, and we're really proud of you. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we go?
No, just thank you for having me. It's really nice that I could tell a little bit of my story. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, there you have it, a story from one of our student athletes, Ange Costanzo, who's such a great role model for the kids underneath him, that was raised up by great role models who went before him. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you come back tomorrow for day 8.